Welcome into the Coach Marco Bryant Show, and it is championship week, Coach. And look, I know that right now your team, you're still in that Kobe Bryant mindset. Job's not finished, and looking to go and get that blue map. But just first off, I want to start off the episode by congratulating you and congratulating your team on just getting to this point and being one of the 14 teams that are still practicing and still having the opportunity to go play football this week.
Well, I appreciate it, Caleb. Thank you.
When you look at this season, obviously a lot of things that this team has been through, a lot of outside stuff that they really couldn't control. But when it gets down to controlling the things that you can control, you've got to be really proud of the way that this group has done that and the way that they've handled everything that this season has really kind of thrown their way this year.
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of that for sure. A lot of teams would have imploded, with all the stuff that came our way, and our kids took it like men. So I'm really proud of them.
Getting to be at this point, is it kind of sweet justice for you and your team to get to this stage and get to play for an HSA state championship now, kind of knowing all the stuff that has gone on throughout the season?
I think it's expected. We should be there. We're the best team in the North. We proved it. So I guess you could say poetic justice or something of that nature. I guess, overcoming the adversity to get us to this point, it's cool. But we expected to get here before the season started, to be honest with you.
Where do you really kind of feel like that your team has improved the most from week one and obviously what happened that week to now being here and being in this state championship game?
I think our chemistry has gotten a lot better throughout the course of the season. I think the kids finally trusted one another. That's a hard obstacle to overcome. And so I think that's probably the biggest improvement.
Obviously, you guys are really good on special teams. I'd argue maybe the best special teams in 1A. And how big has that been to have during this postseason run over these 4 games?
It helps tremendously for sure. One could argue that, we're probably one of the top 2 or 3 schools in the state in special teams, just off of Jaden's leg. And so, it's a game changer, especially at the 1A level when you got that kind of leg.
How does it change the way that Alaric is, kind of thinking and calling a game from an offensive standpoint, knowing that, hey, it's not like you're having to force things to get in the end zone to score. If you don't get in, you have a guy that can go out there and go get 3 points for you.
Yeah, we don't, I don't think it changes Alaric's play calling at all. I hope it doesn't. Alaric's objective is to score touchdowns and touchdowns only. And so I think that is his objective.
Looking at this past week, you're taking on a really good Pickens County team that, really just kind of had one little stint in the season where some things kind of went crazy for them, and then they figured it back out. What allowed you guys to have so much success defensively and holding that group to 12, especially after, last year, knowing they scored over 40 points against you guys? So what was maybe the biggest adjustment you guys made from last year to this year to be able to do that?
I just think our defensive front and that second level, I told Bo before the season, I felt like our linebackers, and I'll stand by this, our linebackers is the best in Etowah County. As a group, from top to bottom, our linebacker is the best group in Etowah County. And I don't care about no classification. I don't think that matters. These kids can run like 6A and 7A backers. And I think that, and that front's really good. And so I think that's where it all starts. And I think it gave Pickens problems like it has every team that we've played thus far.
Offensively, getting to 21 points last week and kind of being able to get there and then do the things, even though you guys didn't score after that, just doing the things to run clock, control the football game. What did that really show you about your group? Getting there and then knowing, hey, this is our job. I mean, yeah, you still want to score, but you're trying to run clock, you're trying to control the football game. That's really exactly what you guys did there towards the end.
Yeah, I know the game was kind of probably boring, especially in the fourth quarter, because all we run was, ISO right, ISO left, ISO right. That's really all the plays we ran, I believe, the whole fourth quarter, most of the third quarter. So it was, I'm sure the game was fairly boring, but it wasn't, our objective, just like against Lynn, was not to score. It was to run clock. We just wanted to get out of the game and get on to the next one. And I didn't care how many points we scored. The goal was just to win right now. And so by all means necessary. And the biggest thing was I didn't want us to make a mistake by trying to score another touchdown. And then we have a replay of what happened last year in the semifinals. Mm-hmm. I don't ever want to experience that again, And so I wasn't gonna give that opportunity if we're just gonna run the ball.
What was the message during the week last week? Like at the beginning of the week, was it kind of talking to your guys saying, look, I know who we're playing, but we're not worried about who we're playing, or did you kind of play up that and say, hey, you do have a chance to go get back at this group?
No, I don't believe in all that revenge stuff. I don't think it's biblical, and I don't think it's fair for one team to the next. And just to be honest with you, I don't think it's fair to the other team to have, people say, well, you did it against Cedar Bluff. No, I didn't do it against Cedar Bluff. That was a different deal, okay? But, I don't think it's fair to Coach Williams, who I have unbelievable amount of respect for, really, all right? And I didn't think it was fair to the kids. I just don't like. I've never been I'm not a revengeful person, believe it or not. I just don't take nothing. There's a difference. There's a big difference, right? And so, at the middle of the season, I wasn't taking what they were dishing on me. And it's not Cedar Bluff. I'm not throwing a stone at Cedar Bluff, but all the deal. We're not going down that road again. But I just don't believe in revenge. I don't think it's right or any revenge.
And then with your kids last week, do you kind of think they took on that same personality as you last week? I mean, you didn't hear much talk about, hey, it's Pickens, let's get back. I mean,
yeah, no, I didn't hear any of that. They may have said it amongst themselves, but Clayton and I will have conversations through the week, and he never mentioned it to me. Now, was he hiding something? I don't know. He never mentioned it to me. Clayton knows how I am, though, so I wouldn't, I would have shut that down, in a heartbeat, So, I hope it wasn't for that. I hope it's they saw an opportunity to try to get to Bryant, Denny, all right, and beat a really good team and not worried about last year. You can't correct last year. No matter how much you score, how much you win, or how many state championships you win, you can't go back in the past. So why worry about it? Let the past define your future, right? By making you more attentive to details and whatnot. But don't long in the past, because then eventually it will bring you down.
When you look at this week for your team, you're taking on a really good football team that comes into this. They've won, I think it's 20 straight now, 19 or 20 straight to this point. All of them until last week were by double digits. And you got a chance now to knock off the team that won the state championship last year. I mean, to me, you can't really ask for much more than this opportunity in this type of stage for your group.
100%. We've got another opportunity to win one more football game for this team before this book on this team closes forever. All right. And so I just hope, we're going to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And hopefully, it'll be enough.
A lot of people don't know, but, the HSA makes you go and spend the night, on location or there in the city the night before the game. You guys have done that all year. And so how much do you think that can be an advantage to you guys to where y'all have experienced that, you've done it all year, and this won't be something new to your guys the way it will be for, really most of the other programs that are going to be a part of this?
That was one of the reasons why I did it. I felt like we had, going into the season, I felt like we had a shot at the state championship. And I'm like, and there was other factors contributing to this decision, but this is definitely one of them. I'm like, okay, let's get in a routine here of going to hotel rooms so the kids don't freak out when you take them out of town, because they'll freak out, right? And so I think it's helped us through the course of the year for sure.
One of the things I was telling Bo that I was really impressed with looking at this Leroy group is I kept telling him, hey, some group's going to come along and put pressure on them. Some group's going to finally come challenge them. They're going to make them play a four-quarter game late in the game. They got that this past week and then still found a way to win. What stood out to you watching, especially the end of that game?
They know how to win, and they're really good. You don't win one last year and be undefeated this year if you're not really good, and they're really, really good. I mean, really good now. And so when you're used to winning, it's easier to win, and so I think that's, and they're really athletic and they're really physical up front, so they're good.
When you look at their group, what kind of stands out to you about what they can do schematically and what some of their players have kind of shown you throughout the year with how they've played?
They're athletic. I mean, they're really, really athletic now. And the thing that I think it separates them is athletic as they are, they're just as physical. All right. And I think that's a combination we have not seen this year. Okay. A team that's equally physical, that's equally athletic to mirror their team. So that's a compliment to their coaching staff who's gotten those kids ready, and they're a really good football team.
Obviously, most people know about their situation. Their coach left for active duty at the beginning of the season and things like that. And, you being a guy that's been in that type of situation before, I mean, does it, even up your respect for this program and up your respect for this team, knowing that they have a coach that's going, serving the military and doing all that while being a part of this program at the same time?
Well, I think, it doesn't up my respect to the team. I respect the team as the team. I respect him as a soldier. And if he was coaching, I'd respect him as a coach. So I don't put those two together necessarily. But for him to do what he's doing, my hat's off to him for sure. And for those kids to still continue to do what they've done all year and last year, hats off to them as well.
Looking at this game, I mean, what are your biggest keys for this game? What is your team really going to have to focus on and do well on Thursday in order to come away with a big victory?
Contain the quarterback and stop the big plays. If we don't do that, we're done.
Well, Coach, good luck to you guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes there at Bryant Denny. Going to be a great experience to be in that stadium, to be in a college environment and have a chance to go play for a blue map. So really looking forward to seeing how it goes. And hopefully, after you guys win, we'll go hang out at Richards and go celebrate.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll let you and Bo go there. Bo owns the joint, not me. So he owns it. Bo Starkey owns that place. So I'm sure Jihadi will probably join y'all along with Teddy. So y'all four can go have at it.
All right, we'll celebrate. We'll let them bring the blue map with us too.
Yeah,
to
there you
have
go.
fun.
There you go.
Coach, good luck this week. Really
Thank
looking
you,
forward
man.
to seeing how it
Appreciate
goes.
it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.